It is a beautiful day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The perfect day to catch a Major League ball game. If nothing else, maybe come in and meet your favorite player, get an autograph or two, then come on inside the ballpark, grab a beer and a hot dog, and sit on down and enjoy the Phillies and the Pirates this afternoon. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Phillies Baseball alongside Ben Davis. I'm Greg Murphy in for Tom McCarthy this afternoon. The Phillies will go for their second straight win against these Pittsburgh Pirates, but they'll face a tough customer in Ivan Nova, who will be pitching today for the Pirates. We know he's going to throw a lot of strikes. He has been very good against the Phillies in his career.
He is a strike thrower. 3 pitches. He's another race series reclamation project. He's got him throwing strikes and going out there and really trying to throw 9 innings every time out. 3-pitch pitcher, like I said. Big curveball, good sinker late life, and a changeup from time to time. But he really pitches to contact. He believes in his stuff, and he'll go out there and he will give you something to hit. It's just a matter of whether or not the Phillies are going to be able to take advantage of that.
We'll take a look at his numbers. Of course, he came over from the Yankees to the Pirates, and he's had 19 games with them, and he's been pretty good.
He has been good. In April, it's just a 1.50 ERA. In May, a 4.42 ERA. So hopefully the Phillies can take advantage of his recent struggles and go out there and win the second game of this 3-game series.
That would be nice, and certainly the Phils will go out and send their own big right-hander out to the mound. Vince Velasquez will be pitching for the Phillies, and it always seems like we talk about the same thing with Vince Velasquez. He certainly has the stuff to be a top-of-the-line rotation kind of guy. He's still figuring it all out, though.
Yeah, he's been blessed with an upper 90s fastball, but we all know in the big leagues, if you don't hit your location with that fastball, it's going to get hit. Take a look at his first 7 starts from 2016. He was really excellent, 4-1 with a 2.7, but the first 7 starts this season, not as good. You see the ERA at 5.63. He needs to get those innings up and really pitch to contact and stay in ball games a lot longer.
Well, we'll take a look for Vince Velasquez to do that. You just think one of these days he's going to figure it out. Could it be today? If he does, the Phils will indeed get that second win against these Pirates. Well, the month of May certainly hasn't been good for the Phils, but it's been very good for this guy. Batting .380 is Tommy Joseph with an 8-game hit streak. He's in the lineup today. We'll have lineups and first pitch when we come back.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com. By Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at ibx.com.
be out on the Allegheny River, enjoying yourself, taking in some sun, or coming to PNC Park and enjoying a ball game as well. That's what we're going to do. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Phil's lineup looks like this. Cesar Hernandez leads off, followed by Freddie Galvis and Aaron Altair. Tommy Joseph, Odubel Herrera, and Maikel Franco, 4, 5, and 6. And Saunders, Rupp, and Velasquez, 7, 8, and 9. And we are set to start. It's Von Nova's first pitch to Cesar Hernandez. Sails outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Von Nova making his 9th start of the season with a record of 3-3, Ben. We talked about it. He won't walk a whole lot of guys. He'll throw a lot of strikes. You just need to take advantage of it.
Exactly right. You got to make sure that you get something up in the zone. Against Von Nova, that's maybe might be one of my keys later. But 3 pitches at about 93 miles an hour. Not having a very good May, but April was unbelievable with a 1.50 ERA.
Hernandez bounces that one into left field, and he starts off the game with a base hit. Going the opposite way is Cesar Hernandez, just inside the third base bag, and he's a leadoff base runner here in the first.
The advantage of having the third baseman Freese drawn in case Cesar went ahead and dropped it along a bunt. Draw him in, shoot it right past him.
Well, you mentioned your keys. How about we get to them, those Nissan keys to the game?
Well, hitters need to elevate the fastball and the curveball. He relies on that sinker to get ground balls, finish him off with a curveball in the dirt. And Vince Velasquez, a better first inning. He's been struggling late in the first inning. I think that'll really set the tone for the rest of the ball game.
All right, well, the Phils looking to have a good top of the first inning. And Freddie Galvis steps in. Cesar Hernandez leads off first. First pitch to Freddie Galvis. Swings and hits a line drive to right field. Jaso going back on it. Reaches up. He can't get it. It's off the wall. Cesar Hernandez will round second, and he is going to be held at third. Freddie Galvis puts a charge into that one. And the first 2 batters are aboard here in Pittsburgh.
I like to see that aggressiveness out of Freddie, knowing that Nova does not walk guys. He's going to get ahead. Does it with a fastball, and Freddie makes him pay. Pitch down and in, a good swing, and you know the ball's hit hard. Cesar has to make sure that Jaso doesn't catch it in right field. That's why he's not able to score despite his excellent speed.
So that'll bring up Aaron Altair with runners at second and third and nobody out here in the top of the first. Altair batting .313 on the season. 8 home runs and 23 RBIs. First pitch to Altair is a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-0.
Matt Stairs rooting on his 3-hole hitter.
That's right. 1-0 pitch. Misses, so 2-0.
I told Stairsy today, I said, hey, we have the microphone down there. We can hear everything you're saying. He goes, everything? I said, not everything, but most.
We won't point out the other stuff. Well, today's Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Tony Vitaco from Boyertown, Pennsylvania. If the Phillies hit a home run in this game, Tony wins $100. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Tony.
Altair, I'm sorry. Didn't step on you there. He popped it straight up and behind the screen. Out of play. When that first came off his bat, I thought that was going to stay in play. We've seen Aaron Altair do that 2 times in his last 4 at-bats. Pop out to the catcher. I mentioned it's a beautiful day. We're saying partly cloudy, but not a whole lot of clouds in that sky. No real wind to speak of as well. Very calm day. Perfect day to start a game at 4 o'clock here in Pittsburgh. I like these 4 o'clock starts.
I do too.
Count is 2-1 to Aaron Altair, and the 2-1 pitch inside for a ball, 3-1. Nova from the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Ground ball towards the middle. Shortstop Mercer has it. Only plays the first, but a run will score. Cesar Hernandez crosses the plate. And it'll be an RBI for Aaron Altair, and the Phils lead it 1-0.
Well, that's deja vu all over again. Words of the great Yogi Berra. Exactly what happened last night. Second and third, nobody out. Aaron Nola hit a a sinker off Williams last night. Got the run in. Advanced Daniel Nava to third base. Now he advances Freddie Galvis to third base and scores Cesar Hernandez.
All right, so we'll see if Tommy Joseph laces one to left field for a sacrifice fly, which is what happened last night in this situation. One down for Tommy Joseph, and he takes that first pitch over for a strike. I mentioned in the open, Joseph riding an 8-game hitting streak. He has really been swinging the bat well. The 0-1 pitch popped up right side of the infield. Harrison calls off Josh Bell, and he makes the catch. And Freddie Galvis will have to go back to third. So that's 2 outs now here in the first.
Hopefully Odubel can pick him up right now, but need to get that run in right there. Easier said than done, but less than 2 outs. Infield drawn in.
Yeah, one across here in the first, but I agree with you, Ben. You know, you have an opportunity, second and third, nobody out. I'd like to see the Phillies push 2 across, so we'll see if Odubel Herrera can come through with a base hit. Batting in the 5th spot for the 2nd straight night, batting .242 with his 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. First pitch to Herrera is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Nova gets his sign working from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. Inside, bit low for a ball. It's 2-0. We mentioned that Nova won't walk a whole lot of guys. How about this? He's walked just 4 guys this season, 4 batters this season, and just 7 batters since he's been with the Pirates in 19 outings. Right now, 6 balls and 6 strikes from Nova, which is a bit unusual. .2-0 pitch, ground ball right side, foul. So 2-1 now to Odubel Herrera. Umpires for today's game: Field and Colbreth will be behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Mark Carlson is over at first. C.B. Buckner down at second base, and Manny Gonzalez, who was behind the plate last night, over there at third. Galvis leads off third. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, right side. Bell has it, steps on the bag, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So the Pirates, able to avoid any more trouble, will head to the bottom of the first. Phil's lead it by 1. First inning. Pirates looking to get back to winning ways. They've been playing well before the Phils came to town last night. Today's starting lineup is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Leading off, then playing left field will be Adam Frazier, followed by Josh Harrison and Andrew McCutchen. Josh Bell will be the first baseman. He'll bat fourth. David Freese, the third baseman, batting fifth. John Jaso gets to start in right field. Francisco Cervelli will be the catcher. He'll bat seventh. Jordy Mercer, the shortstop, batting eighth. And pitching and batting ninth is Ivan Nova. And they will face Vince Velasquez, making his 8th start of the season. Just 2-3 on the year, 5.63 ERA. Phils will hope that he can limit those pitches early in the game and get deep into this one.
Sure hope so. Very good fastball. His last game was just explosive with that fastball. Change curve slider. Good on the road, not so much at home.
The first pitch to Adam Frazier is over for a strike, so it's 0-1. Frazier batting .342 this year. He's found himself at the top of the Pirates lineup in the last couple of weeks and has been very, very good at the top, hitting .382 in that leadoff spot. But he quickly falls behind Vince Velasquez, 0-2. From the windup, the 0-2 pitch. Just misses. 1-2 to Adam Frazier.
You said that out of the windup. Bases empty. Opponent's hitting just .202. Out of the stretch with runners on. Opponent's hitting .348 against Vince. That's pretty drastic.
Yeah. One-two pitch. Ground ball. Foul. We'll do it again. Count remains 1-2. How much of that is the mechanics of working out of the stretch, and how much of that is him worrying, do you think, about the guys that are on base?
Yeah, I think it's more so just not being able to repeat your delivery like he does out of his windup. Now the stretch, you think it'd be simpler, but at times it's not.
Fouled straight back.
Because of runners on, sometimes you have to do a slide step. Sometimes you go with a full leg kick. That's not repeating your delivery consistently. And you have to do that, obviously, with runners on base.
Velasquez has his sign. The 1-2 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-2. 96 miles per hour. Just off the plate. Two-two pitch. Foul back. Remains 2-2. And just like that, you know, very small sample size, but he gets 0-2 on a batter. First batter of the game. Now here he is at 7 pitches. Count 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball. Cesar Hernandez. He's up with it. Makes the play. So 4-3 goes to put out for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Today's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. So that'll bring up Josh Harrison, batting .285. He has 6 home runs and 14 RBIs this season. 1 for 4 last night. One of the 3 hits that the Pirates had against Jeremy Hellickson and the bullpen. First pitch is swung on and fouled out of play.
Lady just lost her whole tray. I saw fries going. She wasn't watching the ball coming in.
That's an expensive foul ball right there.
Yes, it is.
And here comes another one. Almost in the same section. Quickly 0-2. Josh Harrison.
Can you do the 5-second rule at a ballpark?
Well,
I mean,
I wouldn't. No, that's just me. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So the first strikeout of the afternoon is recorded. Harrison is the second out of the inning. 3 pitches and a strikeout.
Take a look at
Velasquez.
Cameron Rupp's mitt. He hits it. Well done. Well executed. Because it was just high enough where it looked appetizing to Harrison. He's up any higher than that, he's not going to offer.
So that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. Batting .216 this season for the Pirates. First pitch to McCutchen is over for a strike. Misses that outside, as you heard Field and Culbreth say. 1-1 now to Andrew McCutchen. Upstairs, ball 2. 2-1 now to McCutchen. I heard Tommy Green say on the Phillies pregame show, Marshall Harris had asked him about Vince's fastball and whether or not he trusts it or not, or why he struggles at times locating that fastball. And Tommy said he thinks it's more that he tries to overthrow it at times.
I would agree.
Yeah, he's got such a big arm, and I guess it's hard to dial it back and just use your 95, 96 when you know you can hit 98, 99 at times. 3-1 pitch. It's popped out of play.
It's like having a Ferrari. You want to go fast in it.
Right.
It's not like you're going to keep it in second gear and just, putts around. He's got an arm like that. You got a fastball like that. Okay. That's how hard I can throw this.
That's why I never bought a Ferrari.
That's the reason?
That's the reason. It'll just get me in trouble. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So that was a fastball. And Andrew McCutchen swings through that one. The second strikeout of the game for Vince Velasquez. And he's unscathed through one. The TV for every game, but now always stay connected to your team with the NBC Sports app. Download and live stream every CSN Phillies game on the go. You can do that, or you can just come on out to PNC Park if you're a Phillies fan and catch the Pirates and Phils in this 3-game series. Walking around town this morning, lots of Phillies fans here in Pittsburgh, which is always fun to see. Maikel Franco will lead it off here in the second. It'll be Franco, Saunders, and Rupp for the Phils. First pitch swinging is Maikel. Ground ball to third base. David Freese is up with it. 5-3 goes the put out. 1 down here in the top of the second. Today's Cold Hard Fact is brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Best strikeout to walk ratio, and well, it is hard to compete with Ivan Nova when it comes to that. 8.25 is strikeout to walk ratio. Some other good names on that list. Clayton Kershaw, not surprising. Zach Greinke, Max Scherzer as well. You're going to have success at the big league level. You don't walk a whole lot of guys. It's the bottom line.
And he definitely does not do that.
So Michael Saunders is the batter. Count is 1-0 to Saunders. He pops that one fouling out of play. It's 1-1.
It's almost like hitters use that. It's almost a disadvantage at times for hitters, where you say, well, it's not a disadvantage. He's going to throw strikes. You know that. So I think hitters start to just say, you know what, I know I'm going to get a strike, and therefore they just start swinging. And just because you get a strike, maybe it's not the pitch that you actually want. And then you find yourself rolling a ball over to the second base or hitting a lazy fly ball the opposite field.
Well, he's ahead of Michael Saunders 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was pulled foul in front of the Phillies dugout. Well, that's why guys like Ivan Nova and others, you know, they can do that. I mean, you think about Bartolo Colon. You know what you're going to get.
Yep.
You know you're going to get it 80% of the time, but he still has the advantage because he knows where to place it. And Saunders swings through that one, and that is the first strikeout for Nova. And that'll bring up Cameron Rupp. And last night, well, Cameron Rupp, late in the game, he goes deep down the right field line.
And that was a blast to right field. 3-run homer. Pete McCann said that felt so good when I saw that ball leave the yard.
Yeah. Gave the Phils a little insurance late in that game. And
man on third base, and I said, Cam, I saw you swinging last night. He goes, yeah, you know, I saw a pitch up. Told myself to swing at it. You know, you made on third base, less than 2 outs. That's a pitch that you want to hit, a ball that's elevated to get to the outfield.
It's an easy game.
Easy game.
Yeah.
Told myself to swing at it.
Well, he did just that. Crushed it. And into the right field stands. Takes that one outside for a ball. So it's 1-1 now to Cameron Rupp. It was his 4th home run of the season. 12 RBIs. One pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Mercer quickly over to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Phils in the top of the 2nd. We'll head to the bottom of the 2nd. Phils 1-0. Velasquez gets back to work, and every time the Phils retire the opposing team 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. 1 donation in the books as the Pirates went down 1-2-3 in the 1st. So Josh Bell will lead it off for the Pirates here in the 2nd. Bell batting .256 with 9 home runs and 19 RBIs. He has an extra base hit streak going on. He's had an extra base hit in 7 straight games, including last night. He had 2 hits last night. He's a good-looking young player. First pitch to Bell is outside for a ball, 1-0. That one catches the outside corner. 1-1 now to Josh Bell. David Freese and John Jaso. 5 and 6 to follow. Over for a strike. 1-2 now to Bell.
Can't get over how beautiful it is today.
I know.
It is gorgeous.
Forecast for tomorrow not as promising.
No.
But we'll worry about that tomorrow. The 1-2 pitch just misses. 2-2.
Good moving on that changeup right there at 87 miles an hour. Almost looked like a splitter. The kind of depth that it had.
2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. Ooh. That found the seats in a hurry. Velasquez gets his sign from Cameron Rupp. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Third straight strikeout for Vince Velasquez. Third strikeout this afternoon. And that is the first out of the inning.
The GMC Pitchcast brought to you by your local tri-state GMC dealers. Let's just buy them. Just Pirates hitters right now just having a tough time catching up to that heater. All the strikeouts with that good hard fastball.
Well, that'll bring up David Freese. 257 so far this year. He takes that first pitch a little high for a ball. 1-0. Well, with each passing batter and each passing inning for Vince Velasquez, you got to believe he's learning to trust this stuff more and more. He is fun to watch.
Yes, he is. Who doesn't like power, right?
Yeah.
We like power at the plate. We like power arms on the mound.
1-1 pitch outside. I like power tools. I do.
I can't say the same. I don't know how to use it.
I know you don't. You're not very handy.
Put diesel in my truck. That's about it, Murph.
2-1 pitch. And he went around. David Freese went around. So 2-2 is the count to Freese. Velasquez has the sign. The 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball pass. Freddie Galvis and into center field for a base hit. So David Freese is a one-out base runner here in the second. And that'll bring up John Jaso. Reminder, Wednesday, the Colorado Rockies will be in town. Game time is 7:05, and it's Teva Respiratory Night. A free Phillies cap for all fans in attendance that night. Visit Phillies.com to get your tickets and come out to see the Rockies and the Phillies. So Freese is aboard. John Jaso steps to the plate, batting just .165 this season. Does have 3 home runs and 7 RBIs, but he has, well, he started the season struggling, and he has not really figured it out as of yet. First pitch to Jaso is a little bit high and outside for a ball. 1-0. Check swing, third base. Maikel Franco goes the short way to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. Obviously wasn't hit very hard, so Jaso is safe down at first, but they'll get the lead runner for the second out of the inning.
That's a straight excuse me swing. A helpless feeling as a hitter.
So that'll bring up Francisco Cervelli. 217, 3 home runs and 16 RBIs. He's another guy that has been struggling. Just 1 for his last 19. Teso leads off first. The first pitch to Cervelli is high and tight for a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, really not that close.
More high than tight.
Correct.
That misses inside for a ball. It's 2-0.
I know Cameron wasn't set up there, but that looked like a pretty good pitch to me. Take a look here. Pitch cast. That's a good pitch.
Fielding Colbreth.
Thank you.
Thought it was inside. 2-0 pitch. Popped up. Tommy Joseph in foul territory. And he makes the catch. So another good inning for Vince Velasquez. And the Pirates leave 1. They trail by 1, headed to the 3rd. Log on to Phillies.com, go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, and who was the last Pirates player to hit for the cycle? That answer will be revealed later in the game.
Have you walked through the hallways here?
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you did. Aha. I think he may know it. It's the reason I knew the answer.
Yep.
There are some photos here in the press box commemorating some big moments here at PNC Park, and that happens to be one of them. You're feeling good about yourself. Good for you. So Vince Velasquez will lead it off for the Phils here in the top of the 3rd. Phils have a 1-0 lead. First pitch to Velasquez, ground ball, base hit into right field. That's Velasquez's 4th hit of the season. He likes to swing the bat. He is a leadoff base runner. Well, don't forget, Sunday, June 4th, Maikel Franco batting gloves. The game at 1:35. All gloves, the batting gloves for kids 14 and under, courtesy of Tastygate. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order your tickets. The Maikel Franco batting gloves. So Vince Velasquez will lead off first. Cesar Hernandez steps in. He led off the game with a base hit and later scored. That's where we stand. 1-0 Phils here in the 3rd. Takes that one high for a ball. It's 2-0 to Cesar Hernandez. I kind of like it when your pitcher leads off an inning with a base hit. Huh? Saw Jeremy Hellickson last night, double, RBI. 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-1. And the good news is that Jeremy Hellickson today reiterated what he said last night after the game, that as bad as it looked, and we were speculating maybe an oblique injury last night, he said it was just a little tightness in his lower back. They didn't want to take any chances, and he does not expect that he'll miss his start because of it. That is good news, as that one is right back to the mound. Nova has it, goes to Mercer for one, and over to first, double play. So a hard hit ball back up the middle, but it ends up being a 1-6-3 double play. And that's 2 outs here in the third.
Good play by Nova in the fact that he knows he has time. He just wants to make sure he gets a good grip on the baseball and throws a good strike to second base. See him take his time there, delivers a good one to Mercer. Mercer with the cannon on the first base. But watch him take his time here. He knows he has a little bit of time. The ball's hit hard. I have to make sure I get the lead runner, make a good accurate throw to second base.
Yeah, he did exactly that. He led Mercer perfectly to, for the throw over to first. It's a veteran fielding his position well, Ivan Nova. So that'll bring up Freddie Galvis. He doubled in his first plate appearance. First pitch to Galvis. First pitch swinging again, and he drops that one in the left field for a base hit. So Freddie Galvis in the 2 spot is 2 for 2 this afternoon.
Game's so easy. 2 pitches.
Yeah.
2 hits. 1 to right, 1 to left. Ho hum.
Ho hum indeed.
Well done, Freddie.
So Aaron Altair will be the batter. He grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat, but did get the RBI, getting Cesar Hernandez home in that instance. Freddie Galvis leads off first, the quick throw over, and he's back. Phil scored 1 in the first. You'd like to see them add to it. String a couple base hits together here with the heart of the order up. A bit low for a ball. It's 1-0 to Aaron Altair. Stretch, the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1 now to Altair.
This is the pitch I was talking about in the Keys. He makes sure Nova elevates the baseball. Ball's down. Even if you do put that ball in play, not a whole lot you can do with it.
Galvis starts and stops. Misses outside for a ball. It's 2-1. One on, 2 out here in the top of the third. Two-one pitch. Foul. It's 2-2 now to Altair.
Better fastball to hit there. Ball was up out over the plate. Look at this. Yeah, that's a good one to hit there. That second pitch was down. Probably out of the zone.
The count is even 2-2 to Altair. Galvis takes his lead off first. Starts and stops again, and that is a called third strike. Right on the outside corner, and Aaron Altair is a strikeout victim. Second strikeout for Nova. We'll head to the bottom of the third. by your local Chevrolet dealers. And a perfect afternoon out on the water here in Pittsburgh.
Murph, you think they had their sunscreen on?
I hope so. I really do, Ben. That's exactly what I was thinking. I like how you get out of the one boat so that you can sit in the other one and drink a couple cold beverages.
I can't imagine that water being very warm this time of year.
Well, they're not in the water. Or water, for that matter. It is a beautiful day here for some afternoon baseball. Pirates and Phillies. Phillies took the first game of this series, and they lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. Jordy Mercer leads it off with the Phillies. He takes that one over for a strike. It's 0-1. It'll be Mercer, Nova, and then the top of the order for the Pirates. One pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Now it's a Mercer.
See that swing? That's no way to attack Vince Velasquez. It's too hard. The harder you swing, the slower your bat gets, and that ball's going to be by. Watch how hard Jordy Mercer swings right here. It's just too hard, and the ball's by him. I saw David Freese have a nice swing at it. He got a single.
Fouls that one out of play. Yeah, the only hit so far came off the bat of David Freese. Everybody else, well, has looked a little overmatched so far.
Absolutely. I mean, he made the adjustment. Hit a scorcher back up the middle, but you swing like that at a guy that throws this hard, you're just not going to have success.
Like most things in baseball, probably easier said than done.
Yes.
But 1-2 pitch, and it's fouled.
Because you tell yourself, all right, I know he's throwing hard. I got to make sure I go out and get it. Doesn't work that way.
Well, we won't tell the Pirates.
No.
All right.
It'll be our little secret.
It will. One-two pitch. Ground ball, shortstop. Freddie Galvis up. He throws. Good strong throw. And that is the first out of the inning. 6-3 goes the put out. And then I'll bring up Ivan Nova. Well, the Rockies series, the Colorado Rockies come to town for a 4-game set next week. Monday at 7:05 at Phillies Tech Kit for fans 15 and over. Tuesday's games at 7:05. Wednesday at 7:05. We told you to have a respiratory night. All Phillies fans will get a Phillies cap that night at the ballpark. And then an afternoon game, a Citizens Bank Business Person Special on Thursday to wrap up the series with the Colorado Rockies, who have been playing very good baseball so far this season. Ivan Nova is the batter. 0 for 16 this season. And he's 0-2 now. It's Vince Velasquez. On the windup, the 0-2 pitch. And he gets his bat on it. Fouls it out of play. So it remains 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he got him. Another strikeout for Velasquez. That's 4 on the afternoon, and it's the second out here in the third.
Into the curveball here. Nova only missed it by
That much.
1.5 feet.
That'll bring up Adam Frazier, the leadoff batter for the Pirates. He grounded to second base his first at bat. One time through the lineup for Vince Velasquez, and I would imagine you like what you've seen so far.
Loving it.
First pitch to Frazier is get upstairs for a ball 1-0. This is outside for a ball 2-0 now to Adam Frazier. bases again. So 3-0 now to Frazier. Vasquez will take a walk around the mound. Trying to regroup. Josh Harrison waits on deck for the Pirates. Vasquez from the windup. He finds the outside corner. It's 3-1. Vasquez working quickly. And the 3-1 pitch. Line drive, right field, in for a base hit. Saunders gets to it quickly and gets it back into second. So that'll hold Frazier over there at first base. He jumped on a 3-1 fastball.
Actually, Murph, it was a slider. Yeah, at 87 miles an hour. I don't know. I don't understand why you would throw a 3-1 slider there, but maybe he just felt he had more command. And, I mean, he's been cruising with that heater.
Well, Frazier is a 2-out base runner. Second hit of the afternoon for the Pirates. And that brings up Josh Harrison. He struck out in his first at bat. Frazier has 4 stolen bases. He takes his lead off first. Time is called. Now the first pitch. Harrison is outside and low for a ball, 1-0. Harrison batting .313 this season in the 2-hole for the Pirates. Takes that one a bit in and upstairs for a ball, 2-0.
By getting that third out of every inning, just can never let up. Gets Mercer and Nova easily. Then goes 3-0 on Frazier, now 2-0 on Harrison.
Quick throw over to first. Frazier gets back easily.
You can never look at it like the inning's over. You just can't.
Another throw over. Time a little bit closer, but Frazier's back. .50 pitches for Vince Velasquez here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And he'll toss over one more time. And that'll bring the ire of the Pirates fans.
And the clubhouse manager. I think the clubbies ever asked, did you really have to slide right there? Now I got to wash this uniform even more. Remember your mom used to say that? Did you really have to slide then?
I do remember that. And he misses there. So 3-0 now to Harrison, the second straight batter. And Velasquez has fallen behind 3-0. Pitch for a strike, 3-1. So he threw a slider to Frazier in this situation. See what he decides to offer Josh Harrison. From the stretch. 3-1 pitch, the runner's off, and it's popped foul and out of play. So Frazier will have to head back. And the count is now 3-2 to Harrison.
Tommy Joseph is going to play behind Frazier at first base. I'd like to see him be a little bit closer. There you go. There he's creeping up. Just so you just keep him from getting way out there. Yeah. If Harrison were to hit a ball in the gap, maybe that keeps Frazier from scoring from first base.
Velasquez has the sign from Cameron Rupp. 3-2 pitch. Foul back in and out of the glove of Cameron. Perhaps more off of Cameron than in the glove, I think, based on that reaction.
It's funny, I was talking with Mark Leiter Jr. today. Ooh. Oh, off the left shoulder. Never happens. Ugh. I was talking with Mark Leiter Jr. today, and he said, I actually miss catching. He used to catch when he was younger, and he said, and I started to pitch a little bit, had some success pitching, and that was just too much of my arm to do both. I said, yeah, I said, I miss it. I said, I don't miss the foul balls. Yeah. Like that one.
Like that one right there. 3-2 pitch in the dirt, and he walked it. You go with the breaking ball there, and
why? I just, you got 95 to 97 in the tank, and you throw a slider. It baffles me. If I'm a pitcher, I'm always going to want to get beat on my best pitch.
Right.
It's not even close to what Vince's best pitch is.
Pete Buchanan looks on, probably wondering the same thing. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. And I'll bring up Andrew McCutchen, center fielder for the Pirates. He was 0 for 3 last night. He did walk last night. 7 for 25 versus the Phillies a year ago. Still productive against the Phils. He has a chance to do some damage right here. First pitch from Velasquez is outside and low for a ball. It's 1-0. And that's a line drive into right field, and it's going to fall in front of Saunders, and he bobbles it. So Frazier will round third and come in to score. Harrison moves up to third, and it's an RBI single for McCutchen. I think Frazier probably would have scored anyway.
Yeah,
he was running on contact, but once Saunders wasn't able to field it cleanly, no play at the plate.
There's a fastball away, and ball hangs up for just a minute to give Saunders, say, should I try and go get it or no? He lays back on it. I think Harrison was going to get to third base anyway. Yeah, Frazier would have scored easily. RBI single for Andrew McCutchen.
So first and third now with 2 outs. All of this happening with 2 outs here in the third. Josh Bell steps in. Takes that first pitch over for a strike. So Velasquez finds the strike zone early in this at bat, something that he had failed to do in the previous 3. That one's fouled straight back. So 0-2 now quickly to Josh Bell. Velasquez got the first 2 batters of the inning, and then Frazier singled. A walk to Josh Harrison. McCutchen with the base hit to tie up the ball game. The 0-2 pitch. Foul away. Kind of an awkward swing for Bell.
He struck out his first at bat on an awkward swing. Very awkward.
Quick toss over. Just to keep him honest over there at first. Well, Velasquez threw 10 pitches in this inning to the first 2 batters. And then since those 2 outs, he has thrown 17 pitches. And about to throw number 18. The 2 pitch just misses. 1-2. That was close.
That was close. Vince wanted it. With your GMC pitch cast. Ball's a bit outside.
Runners at the corners leading off for the Pirates. And the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Cameron puts a tag on just for good measure, but that's a strikeout for Vince Velasquez. It's his 5th strikeout on the afternoon, but the Pirates were able to even this one up with a couple of 2-out hits. We're all tied at 1 as we head to the 4th. Colors and ideal for most hard to stick surfaces. So if it needs to get done, put it on a post-it note. Personally delivered to your desktop for free by who? Who but? WV Mason. 1-1 in the top of the 4th. 1 run and 4 hits for the Phils. 1 run, 3 hits for the Pirates. Tommy Joseph will be the leadoff hitter here in the 4th. He popped out back in the 1st inning. Takes that one inside for a ball. It's 1-0.
Stand up for this half inning, Murph. See if that
changes the mojo.
Yeah, it gets us the lead back.
Outside, 2-0 to Tommy Joseph. Well, I hope it does, and if it does, you'll be standing for the rest of the game. We will physically remove your chair. Whatever works, got to do your part, man.
Looks like I got my Greg Murphy shoes on.
So they're very, very comfy. Ground ball, hard hit to third base, but Freese is up with it, and he throws it across the diamond for the out. And that's the first out here in the 4th. Don't forget, Thursday, July 6th versus Pittsburgh, and Friday, July 7th versus San Diego. Best holiday fireworks show in the city. 2 great post-game fireworks shows sponsored by Xfinity. Never too early to get your tickets. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order. Always a fun night at the ballpark. July 6th and 7th this year, so right after the 4th of July. Odubel Herrera will be the batter with 1 out here in the 4th. He grounded out to first in his only at bat back in the 1st inning. And he hits that one to second base, and it is bobbled by Harrison, and Odubel Herrera will be safe at first. And that'll be an error on Harrison. So Odubel Herrera's aboard with 1 out. It's a play he'll make 9 out of 10 times.
It's hit kind of hard. He just clanks it. Ranging to his right. Ball kicked up just a little bit, but still a play that Harrison should make.
So now each team with an error. That'll bring up Maikel Franco. First pitch to Franco is outside for a ball, 1-0. Bird takes his lead off for first. He has 4 stolen bases so far this season. He's been caught 3 times. Franco hits that one hard, but again, right at Freese. He gets over to Harrison for 1 and over to Bell for the double play. 5-4-3, and that will end the inning quickly for the Phils. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, all tied at 1. Shop ChooseNissan.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Bottom of the fourth, Phillies and Pirates all knotted up in one. Nice crowd here at PNC Park today. David Freese will lead it off for the Pirates. Vince Velasquez from the windup. His first pitch, a little bit high for a ball. It's 1-0. Freese singled in the second. 1 for 1 today. Breaking ball's over for a strike. It's 1-1. One pitch. Grounded foul. One-two pitch. Ooh. High and tight. That one was high and tight.
Yeah, that one was.
2-2. David Freese. John Jaso waits on deck for the Pirates. Ooh. Foul straight back. Off of Cameron Rupp. Oh, man.
Why we wear them? I mean, there's just nothing you can do about it. Like, literally, there's nothing you can do. Just wear it.
2-2 pitch. Foul out of play. When that happens, my head hurts. I can't imagine. Yeah.
It's all mental.
Is it now? Two-two pitch. Swung on, hit down the left field line. It is hooking, and it is gone. Just inside the foul pole, and just over the fence. And that's a solo home run for David Freese.
Yeah, that's called sneaking it in.
Yeah. Right around the pole. Could have been more than a foot over that green wall out there in the left field corner.
If it made it over by that much, Murph. Hanging breaking ball here. Freese with a single, his first at bat. Tucks it just inside the fair pole. I mean, literally just inside.
Yeah, they all count the same. And now the Pirates with the 2-1 lead. That'll bring up John Jaso. Freese gets some congratulations in the Pirates dugout. And that Jaso hits that one to center field. Odubel Herrera going back and in front of the track. He'll make the catch. Take another look at this home run ball. It was hooking, and I was waiting to see if it was going to go foul. And look at this, just sneaks over the wall. Can't get much closer than that.
No, you can't.
I have seat 1, row 2. I just got that ball.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You're right, though, Murph. They all count the same.
So Francisco Cervelli is up, and he
You kidding me?
sends that one. Two catchers just having a conversation. Yeah. He's like, I know how that feels, my friend. Cameron taking a beating back there. We'll give Cameron a little time. You can hear that one all the way up here. Ooh.
That was just a glancing blow.
Oh,
yeah. Off the side.
Which is why it sent his mask about 2 feet. The 1 pitch on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
Good pitch there.
The 0-2 pitch. Base hit into right field, and Saunders over to cut it off quickly. They'll keep Cervelli at first base, but it's a 1-out hit.
In the open the other day, we did a thing on the 0-2 pitches and where the Phillies stand, and there's another 0-2 pitch that just needs to be better than that.
Well, a reminder, Saturday, June 3rd versus the Giants, game time 4:05. After the game, stay for a free post-game concert featuring the Grammy-nominated band, the Avett Brothers. Your game ticket is your concert ticket. No additional purchase is necessary. Tickets on sale now at Phillies.com/the Avett Brothers. So a conversation now on the hill. Bob McClure going out to talk to his pitcher, Vince Velasquez. 2-1 is the score. Solo shot by David Freese that wrapped around the left field foul pole earlier in this inning is the difference. Velasquez has pitched well. You just would imagine Bob's trying to tell him that very thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused.
Yeah, you're throwing the ball well. It's just, you know, some things haven't gone his way the last couple innings, but you're still throwing the ball well. Believe in each pitch that you throw. Have conviction on every pitch. Each pitch has a purpose.
Well, Jordy Mercer will step in. He grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat. They would take that again. Roll into a double play. And the runner's moving on that. It's right at Vince Velasquez. The only play he'll have is at first. Velasquez kind of slipped off the mound. So he'll stretch out his legs for second. Cervelli was off with the pitch, so they had no play at second base. That's the second out of the inning here in the fourth. Did you see Velasquez a little bit awkward trying to catch this?
Yeah, it's just like his left foot gave out. You know, the Phillies will definitely take that. I'm wondering why the Pirates put on a hit and run. You have your 8-hole hitter up with 1 out. Okay, yeah, you stay out of the double play. It does bring up the pitcher, but I'm going to take my chances with my 8-hole hitter. You know, maybe trying to drive the ball somewhere, hit ball in the gap, score Cervelli from first base.
Yeah, it's not as if Nova's much of an offensive threat.
Yeah, now you have a man at second base with the pitcher up.
Swings through that one, so it's 0-1 to Ivan Nova.
Like I said, though, you do eliminate him leading off next inning.
Yeah, you clear the spot and set it up for the next inning. But I agree with you. The 0-1 pitch. Over for a strike. 0-2. Velasquez from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Foul ball. Fouled straight back again. So the count remains 0-2 to the pitcher Ivan Nova. 1 run across in this inning. And a solo shot by David Freese. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So once again, he gets Ivan Nova striking out, but 1 run across, and the Pirates lead by 1. package includes 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Colas. They are available for select weekend dates throughout the season. It is a great value for families. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order. We start the 5th inning here in Pittsburgh with the Phils now trailing 2-1. Nova back out on the hill. Phils got to Nova early. Hernandez led off the game with a single. Galvis followed with a double, and Aaron Altair with a RBI ground out. And just like that, it was 1-0, but they haven't been able to do a whole lot since.
No. A lot of balls on the ground.
Saunders struck out in his first at bat. He takes that one on the outside corner for a strike. Saunders, Rupp, and Velasquez. Saunders swings through that one, fouls it back. It's 0-2 now to Michael Saunders. The 0-2 pitch. And a foul.
He got Mike on a breaking ball in the dirt his first at bat. Tries to go back to the well one more time there. Michael spoiled it.
The 0-2 pitch, and he swings through that one. So he is a strikeout victim for the 2nd time this afternoon, and that's the first out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Cameron Rupp.
Goes back to that curveball. Sharp downward breaking pitch there.
So Rupp grounded out to shortstop in his first at bat.
Hopefully Cameron can shake the cobwebs.
Yeah,
pick out the one in the middle, all the foul tips he's taken.
He's taken 3 hard ones today behind the plate. First pitch to him is low and outside for a ball. Fouls that one off his own foot.
See, that's a perfect example of, you know, you have a pitcher that throws a lot of strikes. Okay, so Cameron gets into a good hitter's count, 1-0, and he says, I know I'm going to get a strike. I'm going to swing. It's not the pitch that he wants. So you take it, so be it.
And you know, common courtesy is that when a catcher takes one off the mask, the batter steps out and gives him a little time. Well, Cameron takes one off the foot by his own doing, and Serafelli says, I'll give you a minute or two, my friend.
He's a showman.
Tools of ignorance, is that what they?
That's what they call it.
Cameron steps back in with the count 2-1. From the windup 2-1 pitch is over for a strike, 2-2.
Cameron didn't like that pitch, but I think it's a pitch that needs to be called.
Thought it was a bit high.
Yeah, he thought it was up, but
now he has to protect with 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball hard hit to the third baseman Freese. Cameron falls out of the box, so Freese will just toss it over easily. Cameron slipped coming right out of the box. Never got more than 3 feet from home plate. One of those days for Cameron Rupp.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, see it?
He's having a rough go of it, and it's only the 5th inning. See, we get our wheels turning too fast. They can't keep up.
It's the truth. It is the truth. So Vince Velasquez will step in. He's 1 for 1 today. Base hit in his first at bat.
Freeze caught that ball. He's like, what's going on?
What's
someone
happening?
call timeout or something?
The 1 pitch misses. 1-1.
He's been busy down there at third base today.
Not surprising with Nova on the mound. And one's hit inside the bag at first base, and that's going to be down the line for a base hit. Velasquez will turn, make a small turn around first, but he'll head back, and if another base hit for Vince Velasquez. It's 2 for 2.
Sneaks it right inside that first base bag. Put in the bucket, shoot it to right.
Talk about ground balls in the infield. How about both pitchers combined today? Only one fly ball has found the outfield. Both guys doing a good job keeping the ball down. Yes, Cesar Hernandez swings through that one. It's 0-1. Well, the Pirates did some damage with 2 outs back in the 3rd inning. Let's see if the Phils can do the same here in the 5th. Cesar hits that one into the gap in right center field, but closing quickly is Jaso, and he's able to make the catch. Just off the handle for Cesar Hernandez. Jaso able to get there. And that's the final out of the inning. And wow, Scott Kingery continues to do it for the Reading Phils. 2 home runs last night, including a walk-off and a 7-6 10th inning win over New Hampshire. He has 4 home runs in the last 5 games, 11 this season, which is good for 2nd in the Eastern League. And just like the Lehigh Valley, Reading is red hot. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phillies. Visit citizensbank.com.
11 homers.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not that big in stature. I just
not at all.
Timing and bat speed.
Draws comparisons to Dustin Pedroia. I remember I asked him that in spring training. Phillies fans will remember he had a real productive spring training when he was up with the big club, and he said, "Yeah, you know, I love hearing that comparison. That's the kind of player I want to be. Kind of down and dirty, kind of hard-nosed tool, you know, hard-nosed player." Like Dustin Pedroia. Well, he's been good so far. Phil's minor league systems have played very, very well. First pitch is popped up on the left side. Maikel Franco gives chase, but that one's going to be out of play. Adam Frazier singled and scored in his last at bat in the 3rd. He also grounded out. He's 1 for 2 today. The 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch over for a strike. It's 0-2.
Good curveball there by Vince. I like when he throws that when he doesn't throw it as hard.
The 0-2 pitch. Just misses upstairs. 1-2. The fastball.
Because everything he throws is hard. I mean, obviously his fastball, but his slider's hard. Up there 87, 88. Curveball, mid-80s at times.
Ground ball to shortstop. Freddie Galvis gathers it, throws across the diamond for the out. 1 down here in the 5th. MLB.TV Premium is back and better than ever. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. While we have a moment, the graduation at St. Joseph's University back in Philadelphia happening today. I remember 23 odd years ago being one of those graduates, and our stage manager here in Pittsburgh, Gary, his nephew Brandon Gale, graduating today from St. Joe's. So congratulations to Brandon. Uncle Gary's very proud of you. Wishes you the best of luck. Doesn't need luck. He's graduating from St. Joe's.
SJU, baby.
All downhill from there. Josh Harrison swings through that one. It's 1-1 now to Harrison. 1 out here in the 5th. Out of play. 1-2 now to Harrison. Andrew McCutchen waits on deck. 1-2 pitch. Swung on. Well to left field, but right at Aaron Altair. He'll corral it, make the catch, and that's 2 outs.
Do you ever say St. Joe, or do you always say St. Joe's?
I generally say St. Joe's.
Why do some people say St. Joe's, St. Joe's?
I think it's a matter of preference.
Okay.
I think back in the day, St. Joe was a more common way to say it. It is St. Joseph's.
Right.
So Andrew McCutchen swings at the first pitch. Fouls it out of play. We'll take it anyway.
I think I say more often than not, I say St. Joe.
Well, you're an old school kind of guy.
Is that okay?
It's perfectly fine.
All right.
Yeah.
I just don't want to, get in trouble with the Hawk faithful.
Well, Duval. Line drive, center field. Odubel Herrera got turned around. He gets there in time to make the catch. Another line drive, but another out for Vince Velasquez. 1-2-3 go the Pirates here in the 5th.
Of the week is having a much improved second month of the season. The hard-swinging Phillies first baseman has turned a troubled April into a masterful May, hitting nearly .400 for most of the month. A lack of production for Tommy early has reversed its path, and 15 games into the month, Joseph deposited 11 extra base hits and plated 11 runs. His average is up, his slugging is up, his consistency has returned, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Top of the 6th, Pirates holding on to that 1-run lead. Both teams with 5 hits and an error as well, with Pirates with the 2 runs.
Bills with 1 as Freddie Galvis will lead it off here in the 6th. Nova has been as advertised. Pinpoint control, hasn't walked anybody today. Freddie Galvis 2 for 2 with a double and a single in this one. He squares around a bunt, he fouls it at the plate, so it's 0-1 to Freddie Galvis.
I don't know if he lost control of the bat, lost his grip. Looked like he tried to do it with one hand.
Yeah, it's almost as if he dropped the bat a little too soon.
Yeah, it was. The bottom hand, his right hand came off, and he looks like he was just trying to do it with just his left hand.
It's hard enough to do with 2 hands. Freeze creeps in at 3rd. Galvis is swinging away at that one. Now it's 0-2 now to Freddie Galvis.
Good straight change there by Nova. I know we were just talking about St. Joe. Is it okay that I say Nova? Is that all right?
I think that's okay,
okay.
too. Ground ball to the right side. Flip over to Nova covering. And that's the first out of the inning. But thanks for asking. I appreciate that. State Farm here to help life go right. It's time for our State Farm double play.
Well, yeah, here it is off the bat of Cesar Hernandez. Nova to Mercer. On the bell at first base. Ball's hit hard. Nova takes his time on the Mercer with a cannon over to Bell. That is your State Farm double play. State Farm here to help life go right.
So 1 down as Aaron Altair steps in. Altair has struck out and grounded out in this one. Takes that first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. I think Aaron Altair is just about due for his base hit today, right?
I want a homer.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. He swings through that. 0-2 now to Aaron Altair. Outside for a ball, 1-2.
This would be just the 61st pitch of the day for Nova.
It's fouled past the feet of Juan Samuel. Would you call him at the beginning of the game a Ray Searage reclamation project?
Amazing.
Yeah. He really has him pitching smart, pitching well, pitching efficiently. Ground ball to the left side. Freeze has it. Low throw, but dug out by Bell. And that's the second out of the inning.
5th ground ball today to David Freese. 5th. And we're only in the 6th inning.
Yeah. So Tommy Joseph will be the batter for the Phils. Phillies first baseman. 0 for 2 this afternoon, riding that 8-game hit streak. Has been relatively stress-free for Nova all afternoon after first inning. Over for a strike. Very similar to what Jeremy Hellickson experienced yesterday. Came out of the gate a little slow. Pirates were able to score a couple of runs in the first, but after that, nothing. Tommy Joseph line drive into center field. McCutchen goes back and he reaches up and makes the catch. He hit it on the nose for sure, but right at McCutchen, and that's the 3rd out here in the 6th. WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Nobody does it better. And by Toyota. Find your favorite model today. Toyota. Let's go places. Score remains 2-1 here in Pittsburgh. Bottom of the 6th. Beautiful late afternoon in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And brings us to our Toyota turning point.
And David Freese gets a breaking ball there off the Vince Velasquez and literally hooks it right inside that fair pole down the left field line. That's really the difference so far. 2-1 ball game as your Toyota turning point.
So bottom of the 6th, and Vince Velasquez back out there on the mound. And the first pitch to Bell is a little bit low for a ball. There's Jeremy Hellickson. Pitched last night. Big swing and a miss. 1-1. Pitched so well last night and had to leave the game. And we learned today that, you know, perhaps not as serious as we thought. Expects to make his next start. Nice play by Cesar Hernandez. Hard to his right.
Done.
Good strong throw, and he gets Bell at first. So that's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Good defense behind Vince Velasquez. Hellickson's numbers last night: 6 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 runs and 2 hits came in the first inning. First 2 batters of the game had the 2 hits. They really settled down after that. David Freese steps in and takes that first pitch outside for a ball.
I saw Helly down there today. I said, hey man, way to sling it last night. He goes, thanks. I said, oh, way to swing it too.
Yeah.
And his face just lit up. These pitchers, they love to hit.
They certainly do. Inside for a ball. 2-0 to Freese. Velasquez with 2 hits today. Hellickson with the double last night in the RBI. 2-0 pitch. Foul out of play. It's 2-1. Two-one pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. Well, Freese has been a bit of a thorn in Velasquez's side. He's 2 for 2 with the home run and a single. Puts down the sign. Wants that fastball on the outside corner. And a little bit low. Misses his spot. So Freese is aboard for the 3rd time. He's a 1-out base runner. First time today, some action in the Phillies bullpen. Later, Mark Leiter Jr. starting to get up and toss a little bit. John Jaso is the batter. 0 for 2 today. Check swing ground out and a fly out. Freese leads off first. And that's a line drive into right field for a base hit. Freese will stop at second as Saunders gets to it quickly. Throw comes in, but runners on first and second now with 1 out here in the 6th.
This gets out and hooks this ball right in that hole. Pirates have something brewing here. First and second with just the 1 out.
Well, that would be a perfect time for another State Farm double play.
Threaten me with a good time, Murph.
Francisco Cervelli is the batter. He popped out. He singled in his last at bat. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Runners on first and second. 1 out. First pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0.
Line for Vince. 5 1/3, 100 pitches.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Upstairs, snap throw back to second, and it hits the runner and shoots into right field. That's going to allow both base runners to advance. And now runners at second and third with 1 out. Freese was straying off second. Cam took a chance, and it either hit Freese diving back or it hit Freddie Galvis.
Hits Freese.
Yep. Cesar.
And there's a time and a place to try and pick somebody off. We saw Cameron do this the other day. You take the double play out of play. That's just not the time. David Freese isn't going anywhere. We know he's not a base stealing threat. So just to risk that, and then if something were bad to happen like it just did, you take the double play out of play.
So Bob McClure is going to have another conversation with Vince Velasquez and the rest of the Phillies infield. There you see Mark Leiter still getting loose in the bullpen. 101 pitches for Velasquez. I'd really like to see him get through this 6th inning. He's got to put that behind him, work on getting Cervelli at the plate. Count is 2-0 to the Pirates catcher.
I took a lot of pride in my relationships with the pitchers that I worked with, and you have a play like that, you just feel like you let your pitcher down. You know, you err it on the side of aggression, which is okay, but you just feel like, man, I let my buddy down out there on the mound, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some of that going through Cameron Rupp's right now, but Phils can see their way out of it. If they're down here, that pitch is in the dirt, so 3-0 to Cervelli.
I think he'll be swinging here.
I was wondering if they'd just send him down to first at this point, but Cervelli's been struggling. Does have the base hit today, but
I think he's definitely swinging it here.
Velasquez gets his sign, working from the stretch. Runners at second and third lead off. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Swung on and a base hit in the left field. That's going to score 1 run. Here comes Jaso being waved around. The throw at the plate, not in time. Cervelli will move up. Second base on the throw. So a base hit, 2 RBIs for Cervelli. You called it, Ben, on the 3-0 count.
Yeah, it's a perfect situation to let him swing away. At the bottom of the order here, he had a good hit his last time up, and you think, well, Vince is going to challenge me. I'm going to take advantage of that. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the day for Vince Velasquez. But again, this goes into the maturation process of not only Vince Velasquez but Cameron Rupp. Is this guy going to swing or not? I think there's a good chance, so we might want to be a little bit more careful with him. That's the end of the day for Vince. Mark Leiter Jr. coming in.
Now with podcasts. Have you checked them out yet? Take a listen to Take Insider Info on all your favorite Philly teams wherever you go. Download on Audio Boom, iTunes, Google Play, and of course, CSNPhilly.com. 4-1 now. Pirates in the bottom of the 6th. Mark Leiter Jr. is the new pitcher for the Phils in his 7th game. 0-0, no wins, no losses, but an ERA of 4.35. It's 10 1/3 innings of work so far. You see Vince Velasquez probably a little disappointed that he couldn't get through that 6th inning here.
A few pitches I think he'd like to have back, but overall I thought he threw the ball well.
Yeah.
I do.
Got himself into a little bit of trouble with that 3-0 count. Veteran hitter like Cervelli knows what to do in that situation, and he certainly did what he had to do. He's hit 2 RBIs. So the Phils will have their work cut out for them, but first they got to get through this bottom of the 6th inning. One down, runner on second. First pitch from Leiter is inside for a ball. Pitch over for a strike. 1-1. This is outside for a ball. 2-1 now. Jordy Mercer, the shortstop for the Pirates, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Swings and fouls that one at the plate, so 2-2.
Mark said after that ball game in Texas the other day, and surprisingly, Mark said actually that's been his favorite ballpark thus far, with the exception of CBP at home. But he said he talked to his dad, and he said when he gave up that 0-2 home run to Mike Napoli, and his dad says to him, well, you and I have something in common. And he's like, what's that, Dad? He goes, we both gave up our first big league homers in Texas.
Oh, how about that?
Of course, Mark Sr. gave it up to Rafael Palmeiro, which was
Did a couple in his day.
a few.
2-2 pitch. Just misses. 3-2. Was late in the ball game. The Phils were trailing. What was it? 3-1.
3-1 at the time.
Yeah, 2-run shot made it 5-1 and kind of put the game out of reach at that point. 3-2 pitch. Grounded foul. Count remains 3-2. But a learning experience for Mark Leiter Jr. Scores 4-1 here in the 6th inning. Pirates pitcher Ivan Nova is in the on-deck circle, so he will hit next. Oh, it's upstairs and he walked. So Mercer trots down to first. Now runners at first and second with 1 out here at the bottom of the 6th.
Really not the fleetest of foot. If Mark Jr. can get off the mound here, make a good pitch, get to this baseball in enough time, and Mike Hill can retreat to third base, they might have a shot at getting Cervelli at third, as opposed to just conceding the bunt and taking the sure out at first.
Nova's up there. Certainly looks like he's ready to bunt. Squares around early. 0 for 2 this afternoon with 2 strikeouts. Tommy Joseph creeping all the way in, and he pulls back and looks hitterish. Takes that one over for a strike.
Does he?
Well, I'm being kind. Comes Tommy Joseph again, and once again pulls back and swings. It's a light ground ball to shortstop, and easy play for Freddie Galvis to get the out at first, but it's like a bunt. Runners move up second and third now with 2 outs in the top of the order coming up for the Pirates.
He pulls it back and swings it. Only play Freddie has is at first base. He's got to wait for timing to get back.
So Josh Frazier is the batter, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Base hit, scored back in the third. He's got runners at second and third and 2 outs. Ryder works from the stretch. First pitch to Frazier's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Josh Harrison is waiting on deck for the Pirates. Turns and chases back.
He really digs on that splitter, doesn't he? Always has it preset in his hand. Goes back to his glove, decide on which one he wants to throw.
This is outside for a ball, 2-0. Line drive past the outstretched arms of Michael Franco, and that's going to score 2. The throw to the plate is not in time. Once again, Frazier will move up on the throw to second. Another base hit, another 2 RBIs for a Pirates hitter, and it is 6-1 Pittsburgh.
That's twice that outfielders have missed the cutoff man, allowing said hitter to get to second base. On the throw, good piece of hitting there by Frazier.
Yeah.
That pitch down and away. But you realize right here that Mercer's going to score easily. Easily. You got to hit the cutoff man. If you do, Frazier's a dead duck at second base. Now the inning keeps going. Yes, there's 2 outs, but the inning keeps going. Another runner in scoring position.
Little things like that keep innings going.
Little things that end up being big things.
Yeah. Josh Harrison is the batter. 4 runs across here in the 6th for the Pirates. And runner in scoring position over at second is Frazier. Pitch to Harrison, misses outside low for a ball. It's 2-0. We can close the book on Vince Velasquez. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts for Velasquez. Ryder's upstairs with that one. It's 3-0 now to Harrison with Andrew McCutchen waiting on deck. Misses again, and he walks him on 4 pitches. So 2 more base runners for the Pirates, first and second with 2 outs. And the 9th batter of the inning, Andrew McCutchen, will step to the plate, and that will prompt a visit from Bob McClure. He's just trying to figure out any way to get out of this 6th inning at this point. Meeting on the mound is over. Cameron Rupp will jog back behind the plate. And that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. McCutchen is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He had a single back in the 3rd, RBI. He's also lined out center field, struck out. Runners at first and second. First pitch to McCutchen as the runners go, and no throw down to 3rd.
Stolen bases, and now runners at second and third. Pirates continue to be aggressive out on the base paths.
See them just creeping Frazier and Harrison both. It's really a smart time to do it because the pitching coach just came out. Pitcher's only concerned about making a good pitch.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled into the Pirates dugout, so 0-2 now to McCutchen.
You know, he's listening to what the pitching coach had to say, concentrating on making a good pitch. He's not concerned with the runners at that part of the game.
Leiter has the advantage over McCutchen. Gets his sign from the belt. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got it. So the Phils do get out of the 6th inning without any more damage, but 4 runs across in the inning, and all of a sudden they trail it 6-1. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. Well, scored okay for the Phils early on in this one. Freddie Galvis was 2 for 3, a double and a single. Scored a run early in the game. Vince Velasquez, 5 1/3, ended up giving up 5 earned run. The beginning for the Pirates was the 6th, where they pushed 4 across, and the Phillies trail it 6-1. But still 3 chances for the Phils. And it all starts here with Odubel Herrera in the top of the 7th. He was safe on an error his last at bat. He swings through that first pitch. It's 0-1. It seemed like early in the season the Phillies would get behind and there would be a feeling of we can put some runs together, we can score and get back into this one. As Herrera grounds that one to second. I'm not sure I get that feeling right now from this team.
Especially the way Nova's throwing the baseball. 6 1/3, just 66 pitches.
Well, following the game, Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies post-game live. Marshall Harris, Tommy Green be there to break it all down. Highlights and analysis on this one. Talk about the job Nova's been able to do against this Phillies offense. Also about Vince Velasquez's day. All comes up after the game on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies post-game live. Mikel Franco is the batter. He's 0-1 to Franco. Was grounded twice to third base. Once resulted in a double play. Takes that one outside for a ball. It's 1-1.
Pirates have the shift on for Maikel Franco. Three infielders on the left side as that one comes in a bit high and inside for a ball. 2-1. Just the first baseman Bell over there on the right side. Let's ground that one to the left side, but foul. So 2-2 now to Maikel Franco.
Shadow's not helping either. Sun starts to go down a bit more. Shadow right across the pitcher's mound right now.
2-2 pitch. Line drive to right field, and that's in for a base hit. So Franco goes the other way, and he's a one-out base runner here in the 7th. And that's what you like to see.
I think he's starting to get it, Murph. I really do. Quick bat. A lot of green on that side, Maikel. I think he's starting to figure out that, you know what?
There's some base hits over there.
A lot of money on that side.
So he'll take his lead off first. Michael Saunders steps in. 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Saunders. And he hits that one hard to the shortstop, who's playing on the second base side of the bag. He makes the throw over. So 6-3 is the put out as Mercer on the shift makes the play. Maikel Franco able to get to second quickly. They had no play over there. Take another look.
See where Mercer gets this baseball. Harrison trying to get to second base. There's just no way he could. It more than likely would have been a double play. This shift was not on.
So the Phils will have a runner in scoring position. It's Franco with Cameron Rupp stepping to the plate.
They're throwing it to Harrison, maybe run that halfback option. Tag second, then on to first, but it'd been too late.
That was a possibility. First pitch to Rupp, sails outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Brock Stassi has made his way to the on-deck circle. Pitch. Line drive, base hit back up the middle. Franco being waved home, and he will draw the throw, but it'll be cut off. And that's a base hit and an RBI for Cameron Rupp. And it's 6-2 Pirates.
You better put your hands inside the baseball, Cam. It's just so strong.
Well, that'll bring up Brock Stassi. Bat in the pitcher spot, batting for Mark Leiter.
I mean, that pitch is off the plate and up, and he still hits it hard. Good read there by Maikel. Sammy not stopping him.
All right, well, so Stassi steps in. He's 1 for 8 as a pinch hitter this year. First pitch to Stassi is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Two outs, top of the 7th. 1 run across for the Phils. He hits that one down the left field line. Going over is Frazier, up against the wall, and that one is out of play. Not a whole lot of foul territory over there, and that one finds the seats. So Stassi will live for another day. We'll see what Stassi's been able to do this season. He's got 2 home runs and the 6 RBIs. Limited action for the Phils. One pitch. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
I think Brock was thinking Allegheny right there.
I would imagine someone of his size and strength can't help but think that when he steps to the plate here at PNC.
Can't hit what you can't see. His head coming off that just a bit.
1-2 pitch. And ground ball foul. So the count remains 1-2 to Brock Stassi. I was watching him take batting practice today up here, and he was routinely depositing them into the right field stands. One-two pitch in the dirt. It's 2-2. No swing. Says Manny Gonzalez.
It's a good check.
So Rupp will lead off first. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the 7th. Nova gets his sign. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive in the left center field. Breaking on it is Frazier, and he's able to make the catch. It was sinking quick, but Frazier quick enough to get there. And that'll do it for the inning. One going as they trail the Pirates 6-2. Time now for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And some injury news from around baseball. Dallas Keuchel has been placed on the 10-day disabled list. He has a pinched nerve in his neck, which is tough because he has been absolutely terrific so far this season. 7-0 with a 1.84 ERA. And David Price, well, he started his rehab assignments, but he has really struggled at the AAA level. He threw 65 pitches in just 2 innings in that rehab start, and he was supposed to throw 85 to 90. They decided to pull him. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So David Price still a little ways away from rejoining the Boston Red Sox. Luis Garcia will be the pitcher for the Phils. 2.89 ERA, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts since being recalled from the Lehigh Valley. He will face Josh Bell to lead it off. That's cleanup hitter. The first pitch swinging is Bell. Odubel Herrera. Ball slicing away. Aaron Altherr will call him off and make the catch. That one sliced in the left center field. Altherr is there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Luis Garcia. So David Freese will be the batter. Been on base 3 times today, including a solo home run. He's walked and scored another run, also singled back in the 2nd inning. First pitch from Garcia is over for a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2 to David Freese. John Jaso waits on deck for the Pirates. They have a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 7th. It's in the dirt. It's 1-2.
Anxious to see how Aaron Nola does tomorrow, coming back from his back injury.
Pitched well in his rehab start. Appears to be 100% healthy. That's a good sign. 1-2 pitch. Did he go? Ooh, no, says Mark Carlson. I thought perhaps he did.
From up here, it looked like he did.
It did. Doesn't matter what we think. So the count is even 2-2.
Well, I've come to learn that, Murph.
In all walks of life. Called third strike. Right down the middle for a called third strike. So Luis Garcia gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up John Jaso.
You look at your GMC pitch cast here. It's a strike. Similar to that pitch the fielding Colbert called on. I mean, that's right the bell.
Yeah. I don't think David Freese agreed. So John Jaso steps in. First pitch is way outside for a ball. Jaso also singled and scored a run back in the 6th. 1 for 3 today. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Jaso.
They stick with that hard stuff. Cameron Rupp can read the bat of Jaso. It looks like they're going with a splitter here. I mean, he just threw that fastball completely by John Jaso.
Does the same with that pitch. It's now 1-2 to Jaso. But you're saying don't speed up the bat if
exactly
not warranted. One-two pitch. The dirt. 2-2.
It's blocked by Cameron.
Yeah. He's getting a workout behind the plate today. Two-two pitch. Check swing. All 3-2 now to Jaso. From the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Fouled back.
99 miles per hour on that heater.
He can bring it. Like to see him do it again. That one is popped in the left field. Aaron Altair circles. And he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So a nice job by Luis Garcia. He gets through the bottom of the 7th. We'll head to the top of the 8th.
is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Delaware Valley Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. Great day out on the water. Lots of boats going by PNC Park. That is a full boat. Von Nova back out on the hill for the top of the 8th inning. That's what he does. He is a guy that gives you lots of innings, keeps the men off the base paths, and he's been able to do that this afternoon. He's gone at least 6 innings in his last 9 starts. Cesar Hernandez lays down a really good bunt, but barehanded and thrown away by Nova. Skips out into right field, but Hernandez is going to have to stay put. But he is safe at first. I'm not sure he would have gotten him anyway, but the throw was hurried by Nova. It sails out into right field, so that will be a base hit. Cesar Hernandez.
Probably not the best bunt. Could have been more towards the line, but when you got those wheels, put pressure on the defense. Well, his foot was close to being on home plate right there. His left foot. I'm not sure he would have gotten him anyway. Amazing though what speed does, how much pressure it actually does put on the defense.
It really is.
Smart play by Cesar to stay at first as well. Down by 4 runs here. Last thing you want to do is get thrown out at second trying to advance on that throw.
Yeah, and he was busting it down the line, so he went through the bag, you know, and went past by about 15 feet. So Freddie Galvis steps in, takes that first pitch over the inside corner for a strike. So Hernandez is at first with nobody out. Galvis has had a good day, 2 for 3. String a couple of hits together, and who knows what can happen.
The right part of the lineup coming up.
Takes that one a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-1. Galvis surveys the field. Hernandez takes his lead off first. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 2-1.
Casio gets loose.
One pitch. Big swing and a miss from Freddie Galvis. It's 2-2 now to the Phillies shortstop. Aaron Altair waits on deck.
Fastball literally splitting the plate.
That was one of those big swings you were talking about before. Two pitch. Inside and low. 3-2 now to Freddie Galvis. Von Nova has yet to walk a Philly batter this afternoon. Be a good time for the first.
Yes, it would.
Two pitch. Ground ball back to Nova. He only plays at first, and this time he gets the throw over there. And 1-3 goes to put out. That's the first out of the inning. Well, time now for our Jeep Stump the Fan trivia question answer. The question, Ben, was who was the last Pirates player to hit for the cycle? You said you know this because there's a picture of it hanging outside of our press box.
There is. It's the current right fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, John Jaso.
Very good. Way to use your surroundings to get the answer right.
Very observant, Murph.
Ding. I'll give you the ding.
Did it against Arrieta, too.
Yeah. Yeah, John Jaso. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Aaron Altair is the batter with a runner on second. First pitch to Altair is low for a ball, 1-0.
I like how when you read the Jeep Stump the Fans, you also hold the iPad in such a way where I can't see the answer, just like Tom does.
Yeah.
Like I would really cheat.
Well, let's just say we're not going to give you the opportunity. I knew you knew today's. Pitch to Altair.
Yes.
Line drive into right field. That's in for a base hit. Hernandez is going to round third and score. Altair cruising on into second, and that is an RBI double for Aaron Altair. And the Phils have cut the lead in half. It's now 6-3 Pirates here in the 8th.
Beautiful piece of hitting there by Aaron Altair. Beautiful. Pitch out away from him. You try and pull Ivan Nova, and you're going to hit ground balls to the left side all day. It looks like that's going to be it. Clint Hurdle coming out, making a double switch.
Ivan Nova has been good, but maybe showing some cracks in the armor here in the 8th, and Clint Hurdle's not going to give him an opportunity to allow any more base runners with a runner at second base and one out. We're going to have a pitching change here at PNC Park. See Clint Hurdle making that change. We'll give you the details when we come back. The Pirates still lead it by 3. So Ivan Nova's day is done. It was good for the Pirates, but got himself into a little bit of trouble here in the 8th inning with one out. Phils have one run across and a runner at second. So the new pitcher will be Juan Nicasio. He's not pitched in this series yet, appearing in his 20th game. It's 1-2 with an ERA 1.47.
Yeah, really good numbers there. 18 1/3, just 16 hits. Bunch of strikeouts.
Nicasio come in and bat in the 4th spot in the Pirates lineup, as Clint Hurdle made a couple of changes defensively to help facilitate that. John Jaso moves from right field to first base. There you see him in the infield now. Danny Ortiz is your new right fielder. So those are the changes for the Pirates. Tommy Joseph will be the batter for the Phils. Joseph 0 for 3. If I'm not mistaken, he's got this 8-game hitting streak, and he's been able to keep the streak alive in his final at bat the last 2 games,
yes,
right?
Yep. Texas with a homer.
Yep.
Last night. The ball to left.
Why not now? Steps in to face Nicasio. Altair leads off second. First pitch from Nicasio is over for a strike. Nicasio hasn't allowed a home run since early in September of last season. It's a bit low. It's 1-1 now to Tommy Joseph.
Good velocity of Juan Nicasio, 97 on that pitch. Mixed in the slider as well.
He's been very good for the Pirates this year. He's currently riding an 11-inning consecutive scoreless streak. He's over the outside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. The Phillies will try and change that right now.
Yeah, I think Tommy looking off speed right there. 1-1 heater away. Tommy very adept at hitting that ball the other way.
Well, he's down to the count 1-2 now to Nicasio. Altair leads off second. There's the 1-2 pitch. It's way outside for a ball, 2-2. Pirates fans trying to get the wave going here at PNC. It's more of a ripple at this point. The waves you see out on the Allegheny right now. 2-2 pitch. Fouled out of play. Remains 2-2 to Tommy Joseph. Nice catch.
Very nice catch.
Right in the middle of the
Right
wave.
in the middle of the wave.
First things first. Let me grab this baseball.
Just amazing how people are able to catch a baseball with their bare hands like that. It's coming up so fast.
Yeah. Two pitch. Outside for a ball, 3-2. Whew. Yeah, it was a good take by Tommy Joseph after the fact.
I don't know if I take it again.
Let's see where it is. Whew. It was a ball.
If Tommy hits this homer, he can take Fielding Culverth out for supper later.
There you go. Tommy hits one, I might take him out to supper. It's the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball back to the mound. Nicasio has it. And he goes over to first for the second out of the afternoon in this inning. And that'll bring up Odubel Herrera. So 2 outs and a runner on third as Altair moves up to third on the play. Herrera was safe on an error back in the 4th inning. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Really nice to get Altair home from third at this point.
Yeah, the Phillies have been so good all season. Runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
Yep. You see Aaron Nola. First pitch to Herrera, he swings and fouls it right past Aaron Altair. Got to jump to get out of the way.
They showed Aaron Nola there. Matt Gelb tweeting out earlier that it's been a full calendar year since Aaron Nola has thrown 7 innings and 100 pitches in a ball game. A full calendar year.
Well, he missed a good part of the second half of the season last year, the injury.
He's ready to rock and roll tomorrow, though. Very excited about tomorrow's start.
I'm sure he is. From the belt, the 0-1 pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Diving play by Freese. He gets up and throws across the diamond and makes the play. David Freese with a real nice play to save a run for the Pirates. And that's the final out of the inning. Phils do score 1, but they still trail it by 3. Park today to watch the Pirates and the Phils. The Pirates with a 6-3 lead in this one. And it's time for our WB Mason delivery of the game. And, well, we're kind of going off the board for this one because, well, 2 Phillies fans from South Jersey had a big day out here at PNC Park.
Yeah, Sam from Hamilton and Charlie from Lindenwold. Charlie, will you marry me?
Oh, boy. Get down on the knee. There you go.
Down on the knee. They both live out here in Pittsburgh now, and big Phillies fans, congratulations to you both. All the best. Many happy years to come.
He got transferred out to Pittsburgh a year ago for Sam's job, and they wanted to do something special at a Phillies game.
Very cool.
Both big fans of the Phils, so congratulations to those 2.
It's your WB Mason delivery of the game. There they are.
Oh, look, they're still sitting next to each other. Awesome. We're told some of their family members were elsewhere in the ballpark to watch that, and then I'm sure came over, said hello. And the Phils have a new pitcher. Adebray Ramos is now pitching, and he bats in the 4th spot for the Phillies. Andres Blanco in at first base. So Tommy Joseph's day is done. Pitch from Ramos. On the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Francisco Cervelli has had 2 hits in this game. He's 2 for 3. You see the numbers on Ramos. Popped up on the right side. Blanco gives chase, but that'll find the seats.
Without a doubt, the turning point in this ball game. Francisco Cervelli coming up 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. 3-0 count. You walk them there, you walk them. You know Nova's not coming out of the ball game. You got 1 out. You got the 8-hole hitter and Mercer coming up. Then you got Ivan Nova coming up, the pitcher. I'll take my chances, bases loaded, with those 2 coming up any day of the week. You throw him a fastball, he hits it 3-0, 2-run single. That made it 4-1 at the time, and I really do think that was a turning point because you got to realize the situation.
Yeah. That ended the day for Vince Velasquez.
Yep.
And the Phils have been playing catch up ever since. They've scored 2 to close the gap to 6-3. And they will have 3 more outs. And that's a called 3rd strike on the outside corner. So Ramos comes in and gets a Cervelli looking for the first strikeout of the night for him, and the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. And that'll bring up Jordy Mercer, the 8-hole hitter. He walked and scored a run back in that big 6th inning for the Pirates. The line on Ivan Nova, 7 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts. And you guessed it, Ben, 0 walks. 90 pitches for Nova.
Pretty much fill that column up before he even takes the mound.
It's the truth. It's what we talked about before the game started. That's what you expect to get from him day in and day out. Right inside for a ball. 1-1 to Jordy Mercer. Well, looking ahead to the top of the 9th, the Phils will have Maikel Franco, Michael Saunders, and Cameron Rupp. 6, 7, 8 for the Phillies. Two 2-1 pitch. Over for a strike, 2-2. Misses inside for a ball. 3-2 now to Jordy Mercer. Danny Ortiz waits on deck. Ramos has his sign from Cameron Rupp. And 3-2 pitch. Foul back. We'll do it again. 97-mile-per-hour fastball from Ramos.
He typically sits mid-90s, 93 to 95, but able to rush it up there at 97 on this one. Location was good too, down.
He wanted that pitch. He shook off Cameron Rupp at first. And that one is squirted down the first base line, but foul. So once again, the count remains 3-2 to Mercer. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch outside for a ball, and he lost him. So a 1-out base runner is Mercer. He trots down to first.
I just, you're going up against a guy that's under 200. Came in today's ballgame hitting 206. You just threw a pitch 97 miles an hour, and you throw him a 3-2 breaking ball and walk him. I honestly, Murph, I don't get it.
First pitch to Danny Ortiz is over for a strike.
It's not like he throws 90 and it's straight as a string.
It's a conversation that has been had in and around the Phils for well, really for a couple of years now. You said it earlier. If you're going to get beat, you want to get beat with your best stuff. And for Ramos, 97 is pretty good stuff. And that's a line drive. Aaron Altair going back on it, and he'll have room. Reaches up and makes the catch at the base of the warning track. So Mercer will have to head on back to first. And that's the second out of the inning. He hit it well, but Aaron Altair is there to make the catch. So with 2 outs, it'll be the top of the order, and Adam Frazier will step to the plate for the Buccos. Frazier's 2 for 4 today. He's got a runner over there at first. It's Mercer. He leads off, and the first pitch to Frazier's a little bit low and outside for a ball, 1-0. That one is line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Altair gets it, and he'll get it back into the infield, but runners at first and second now. And that's the third hit of the afternoon for Adam Frazier. The Phillies can ill afford to allow another run to score here in the 8th.
Good piece of hitting again by Frazier. The base hit earlier in the game to left field. Definitely a guy that uses the whole diamond.
That's why he came into the game batting .342 and has only added to that this afternoon. Josh Harrison will step to the plate, batting .281. 0 for 2. A couple of walks. Runners lead off first and second. And pitch from Ramos is over for a strike. Fouled out of play. It's 0-2 quickly to Josh Harrison. Now if you're Ramos, you want to put him away right here. The 0-2 pitch. Poked out in the right field. Going over for it near the line is Saunders. He reaches up off his glove and into foul territory. It's a foul ball. Not a lot of room out there, as we told you. And Saunders is unable to pull that one in. No real harm. They'll have to do it again. Take a look. Just as he got to the half wall, popped in and out of his glove. That would have been a tough play for Saunders.
Yep.
I would imagine he would tell you I should have caught that, but that would have been a real nice catch.
Most outfitters say that. If it hit my glove, I should have caught it. But good effort nonetheless.
Absolutely. The 0-2 pitch. That one is poked foul. So it remains 0-2.
Nice young lady down the right field line helped him out.
People helping people.
Very friendly here in Pittsburgh, Murph.
That's right.
There she is.
Edubert Ramos has his sign from Cameron Rupp. Runners lead off first and second. Pitch, ground ball to the left side. Galvis gathers with the backhand. Over to second. In time at second base for the final out. And that will end the inning unless they decide to take a peek at this one.
I don't know.
I thought he was safe, honestly. And,
I mean, Clint Hurdle's going right to it.
Clint Hurdle was demonstrative in his ask for that to be looked at. At this point, it's up to the crew chief if he wants to look at it.
Frazier just told Aaron Alteri, he said, I beat it. I read his lips.
Yeah, I thought he beat it from up here. Second base umpire C.B. Buckner thought differently, but we'll wait and see.
I don't even think Clint Hurdle got confirmation from anybody. He was saying, go ahead and take a look at it right away.
You don't often see a manager get that demonstrative when asking for a replay.
No.
Well, take another look. Yeah, it's hard to tell from that angle. Yeah. We'll wait and see. This will give us a better view.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in there.
He's in there. Well, we said that the other day.
Yeah, but remember, the call on the field was out, so
right.
There has to be perfect evidence to overturn that. Fans here at Pittsburgh think that he was safe. We'll wait to hear what New York thinks. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear to me, but as we've learned, it doesn't matter what I think. We have a decision. Safe. Second base.
Give Harrison a base hit.
It was a tough play for Freddie Galvis because he had to go to his backhand and kind of circle around the baseball. Decided to go the short way to second.
Yeah, Freddie kind of double clutched just a minute.
Give Frazier some credit for busting it over there to second. So bases are loaded now. And theory hole hitter Andrew McCutchen steps to the plate. He already has 1 RBI in this game. He takes the first pitch over for a strike. It has not been easy for the Phillies at any point in this ball game. The 0-1 pitch. Ooh. Upstairs, and McCutchen has to hit the ground. Obviously, Ramos is not trying to do anything there. That'll get your heart beating.
Breaking ball, it gets away from Ramos.
Nice catch by Cameron Rupp.
Yeah, yes it was.
So the count is even 1-1 with the bases loaded. The managers look on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-1 pitch. And holds his swing. 2-1 now to Andrew McCutchen. You're asking where that pitch was. My answer is I don't know. I guess high. McCutchen batting .284 with the bases loaded in his career. Gets that breaking ball over for a strike. It's 2-2.
Knee buckler. See Andrew McCutchen just flinch.
The first one he flinched too. So now he has him 2-2.
Watch right there.
Well, he had one come at his head.
Yeah.
A couple minutes ago.
A breaking ball.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So Ramos gets out of the inning unscathed. 3 base runners reach base for the Pirates, but none of them cross the plate. So we head to the top of the 9th. The Phils, with a small mountain to climb, they trail it by 3. As we watch McCutchen go down swinging to end the 8th.
Pirates 3-9-2 for Philadelphia, as the Phils will look to come back in the top of the ninth in this one, and it's time for our defensive play of the game.
Last inning off the bat of Odubel Herrera, David Freese. Excellent play, full extension. I mean full extension. That would have been another run for the Fighting Phils, pull them back within 6-4, but that is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Well, Tony Watson will check into the ball game as the Pirates closer to try and finish this one out. He is 2-0 with 8 saves and 9 opportunities for the Pirates so far this season. And Maikel Franco will be the first to face Watson. Franco singled at his last at bat. He's hit to right field, and he swings and hits that one down the right field line, but hooking foul and out of play. One other change for the Pirates. Gift Nagope is now playing second base for the Pirates. What a story he is. Inside, Cal Franco. Nagope is the first player from the continent of Africa to ever make it to the big leagues. From South Africa. And one sails outside for a ball, so it's 2-1 to Maikel Franco. And he swings and hits that one to center field, and drifting over right field will be Danny Ortiz. He'll make the catch, shallow right center field. So that's the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Michael Saunders. And you see Franco frustrated with that swing.
Yeah, good one to hit. Wasn't a bad swing. Just hit the bottom of it.
So Saunders will step in, and shift is on for the Pirates. One out here in the ninth. Goes down to their final 2 outs. Saunders takes that first pitch over for a strike. Check swing right back to the pitcher, Watson. Picks it up, throws it over to first. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth.
Saunders doesn't mean to. Saw one of those earlier from John Jaso.
So it'll all come down to Cameron Rupp to keep this one alive. He's 1 for 3 and an RBI single back in the 7th. Pirates fans are still here at PNC Park on their feet. First pitch is over for a strike. It's 0-1 to Cameron Rupp.
Watson looking for a little revenge. Cameron hit a 3-run home run off Watson last night.
That's right. He'd settle for a base hit right here. 1 pitch, ground ball, back up the middle. Nice play by the shortstop Mercer, crossing behind the second baseman Nagope, and he's able to throw Cameron Rupp out for the final out of the inning. Mercer had to go a long way for it. Looked like it might get into center field, but no such luck. And the Phils fall in this one this afternoon in Pittsburgh. Tony Watson will get the save, his 9th of the season. And they shoot off the fireworks out in right center field here at PNC Park. Well, our Chevrolet player of the game, starting pitcher for the Pirates, 7 1/3, 3 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 strikeouts, and no walks for Ivan Nova. He was exactly as advertised.
He was excellent today. He used all his pitches. Just the 3 runs, 7 1/3. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.